1, 2, 1, 2.
You already know what it is, man. Mad Talk episode 2.
Episode dose.
Post Super Bowl edition. We vibing. We feeling good, man. Having a great week. Patriots lost. Eagles won. We predicted it.
Justice.
If you ain't seen the first episode yet, it's back on YouTube. Check it out.
Check it out.
Vibing on beat with it. On beat with it. Yeah, man. Welcome to another episode of Mad Talk. I'm your boy, the Mad Fanatic.
This is the one and only Leaf.
I'm excited, man.
I'm excited
Tom
too,
Brady
man.
gave the world another reason to say he's not the GOAT.
He's
and
not
he did
the
it
greatest.
in such great fashion.
He's
sure missing throws left and right in the first half. He's missing throws like he does most Super Bowls.
That's
but
right.
But the moment for me, the greatest moment of that entire Super Bowl, it's twofold. The first half of the moment is Tom Brady dropping that pass. Doof.
He dropped it.
Doof. He didn't even blame it on the pass.
He
was like, I should have caught it. I should have caught it. And the thing that put the icing on the cake was Nick Foles catching his. It was
Nick
so
Foles
beautiful, man.
Caught his, but maybe that's why some of these people in Philadelphia are calling him
Big Dick Nick. Yo, I see somebody, one of the crazy ass Philly fans, get the tattoo. It said Big Dick Nick on it. I'm like, shout out to you, man.
Gotta
you put
respect
Big Dick Nick on your arm.
I tell you, man, I thoroughly enjoyed this Super Bowl from start to finish.
Every minute. I was sober the whole time. I was in the house, dolo. I was the only one really paying attention to the game.
I was not sober.
And it was
Big
awesome.
shout out to my boy Pete. I was
I seen from your
extremely
Instagram
intoxicated.
that you were intoxicated.
And it's just funny because it's just a football game, some people say. And it's not even our Broncos. But I've been in an incredible mood all week.
All week.
Since that confetti, that green and silver confetti, was raining down on Tom Brady's ass.
I've been in mostly a good mood other than technology fucking with me, but I'll get to that later.
Yeah, we're going to get back to
that. But yeah, what a Super Bowl, man.
Let's talk about it.
So let's talk about Foles first a little bit more.
Let's talk about Nick Foles.
How about that Foles? How about that performance from Nick Foles? Instagram right after the game, or it might have even been during the game. That's my quarterback, yo. That's the one I want on my team, yo.
I would like Nick Foles to be on the Broncos.
I got Bronco fans telling me, oh, you're flip-flopping every day. You want this guy, then you want this guy. Let's be clear. First of all, I want all those people I mentioned because all of them are upgrade over our current situation. But right now, if I had to pick one guy who's at the top of your list for quarterbacks that you want leading the Broncos next year, I'm like Nick Foles because he showed me he could win a Super Bowl. He showed me he can beat a #1 defense. He dominated the Vikings start to finish.
He did.
And then he just outplayed Tom Brady on the biggest stage in America.
He just outplayed Tom Brady on national TV. I saw. Did you see it?
It means something, man. I got people. I see Terrell Davis posted the Broncos don't want Nick Foles. The Broncos want someone like Kirk Cousin. It's about body of work. Excuse me, Terrell Davis. Body of work? First of all, coming from you, that makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? If people just went by body of work, you wouldn't be a Hall of Famer. That's not a dig. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? You can't be bringing up body work. Second of all, what body of work does Kirk Cousins even have? And this is for all the Kirk Cousins homers because I am one of the few proud Marines. I'm one of the few people that is not Team Kirk, yo. I don't even get the Captain Kirk shit. It's crazy to me. I'm not saying he's a bum.
He's not. The argument should be.
140
the
million
argument should be: is he worth the money?
Hell no.
Okay, is Kirk Cousins worth a quarter of our salary base, of our salary cap? You know, if you're a guy who's worth 25% of the salary base of your team, they should be following you around with a helicopter like they did Peyton Manning.
Absolutely. Or
did Peyton Manning deserve a quarter of the pay? Yes, he did. Did he deserve the helicopter following him? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
But Kirk Cousins,
come on, man.
is this guy a superstar like that? And we're
not
putting him down. We're not.
I am.
But what we're saying is,
I am a little bit.
Come on, you are. You
want a playoff game?
You can't help
What
it.
has he accomplished?
But we want to be a little more fiscally responsible and put it to the rest of the team. Because we want to reiterate what we said last week. We do not want to lose Aqib Talib.
Savage, nah.
Okay?
Not at all, man.
We don't want to lose two chains.
It seems like it's as good as done. It seems like we're losing them.
I also saw we're thinking of getting rid of Darian Stewart.
And Sanders.
What are we doing? We're just getting rid of all the guys that bring us the smack. That bring us the smack in the face to the other teams.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
I think we want to be soft again.
We're not going back. You heard me talk about that last week.
Yeah, I did.
I don't want to go back to being soft.
We're making a lot of moves that seem like we're leaning towards soft, yo.
I hope we're not leaning towards soft,
If you tell me the difference between Justin Simmons and T.J. Ward, I'm going to say one's taller, one's more light-skinned, and one's softer. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you. Because you know what? Soft don't win championships.
I don't think it does.
Okay? Now, speaking of the Super Bowl, tell me that game, the wake-up call for the Patriots was not when a certain Melvin Jenkins laid the smack down on Brandon Cooks. When he did that, if there was anybody,
it was unnecessary.
If there was, well, you know what? Was
it
it
was
unnecessary?
kind of unnecessary.
To me, it set the tempo.
It was harsh. He didn't even know it was coming.
I think it woke up all the Patriot fans and all the people who thought the Patriots were unbeatable. It let them know, you know what?
You're playing a physical
Not
team today.
Today.
Yeah. Yep.
Not today.
Absolutely, man. I loved everything about that game. I'm so happy that Tom Brady didn't get another one because I'm so sick of arguing with people.
I'm ecstatic.
But
I'm ecstatic. I'm still smiling.
Yeah, absolutely. But as far as Nick Foles goes, man, y'all gotta. We'll get more into the quarterbacks a little bit later, but I'm telling you right now, he's at the top of my list, man. I care. I may be a prisoner of the moment. I don't care, yo. When you win a Super Bowl, I understand Joe Flacco did it, got mad money, whatever. Nobody's talking about giving Nick Foles mad money.
Nope.
That's the beauty. If we were saying give him 140, you're bugging, Drew.
But that's why I said we're trying to be more fiscally responsible.
While you develop a Baker Mayfield,
put the money into keeping this defense together.
I want Baker and Nick. That's what I want.
I'm fine with that. Let's keep this defense together. Try to fix the quarterback position to where if somebody responsible can somebody like Nick Foles.
Come on, man.
Who doesn't fold up under pressure
at all.
Who doesn't make mistakes when he's zoned in.
He made that call, yo.
He made Philly special.
That Wired or whatever, mic'd up.
The Philly special.
My man said he ran over to the sideline. To the
told
coach,
Doug Peterson.
I want to go for it. I know the play.
Told Doug Peterson.
That was like, all right, fuck it.
That's right.
And they ran a fucking play
and it worked
for this dude to catch the ball.
But let me ask you this. Wait a minute. We talked about Tom Brady dropping the pass.
Yeah.
Did Nick Foles catch it?
Nick Foles caught his though.
I guess that's
he's
why
already better than Brady.
I guess that's why they're calling him
Big Dick Nick.
That's what they call him in Philadelphia.
Somebody got attacked. Big Dick Nick.
I don't know.
Yo, them Philly fans are crazy. Let's talk about the Philly fans a little bit.
Let's do it.
These dudes are losing
We talked about them last week. Let's talk about the parade. So now we've established.
Why are they greasing up these poles with castor oil, man?
Well, the whole world sees why because these people still climb them.
Yeah,
these fans are crazy, so passionate. I saw that too.
Oh my god,
I saw that too, man.
The dude eating the shit.
It's like we gave
horse shit.
We gave that. No. But that's what that. Let's hold on. let's hold on for 1 second.
That shit was disgusting, bro.
We spent part of last week's episode as well as just now. Talking about how much we do. We respect these fans. We're diehards right here. We're Bronco gang.
Absolutely.
Okay? We're as hard as it gets. Philly's up there.
They up there,
We
man.
tipped our hats last week. We're doing it this week.
When we went to Philly,
I gotta tell you,
we left that situation saying, these are some real ass fans.
Yeah, absolutely. But let me tell you,
fuck with them.
This guy crossed the line.
That ate the shit?
And it wasn't only shit. It was horse. They call it dung, I think. I don't think they call it shit. I don't know much, and I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up on a farm or anything, but I don't think the horse dung that I've seen in my life is probably the most intimidating, disgusting feces I've ever seen.
Yo.
And the reason I think this guy's crazy, and the reason I have a problem with him is, it's not that he ate the, well, it is because he ate the horse dung.
He ate that too.
But this crazy motherfucker.
Twisted motherfucker.
Took his fucking scarf or whatever he had, and he dusted the horse dung off. Before he put that
I don't want to eat dust.
Before he put that warm
shit
in his mouth. You know it was warm.
Yo, that shit was disgusting, man.
For one last time, because this is it. All right, we come back, kick off next year. Yeah. We're going to be about the Broncos, and that's it. It's fuck all you guys, all you teams. We want to salute.
Shout out to you if you're watching and you're not a Bronco fan.
And the fans.
Fuck your team, though.
We still like you, but fuck your team. Just like you say, fuck my team.
Exactly.
Just like you get tired of seeing us wearing blue and orange. You know, it goes both ways. So that's great. We covered, I think we reviewed the Super Bowl a little bit, at least enough, right?
Yeah.
We talked about
my
the Eagles
I want to
celebration.
go more deep into these quarterbacks. Up next, we're going to talk about the Broncos quarterback situation and what we think the best plan for it would be.
I think we kind of let the cat out of the bag. We didn't really mean to.
Bit.
We kind of did, but I know how impassioned you are about this argument.
Let's go in depth.
Why don't you go in depth? Get it going.
All right. Broncos quarterback situation. First of all, Jimmy G set the bar with the money yesterday. $135 million for a dude.
Wow.
With what, 7 starts?
7 starts.
How the and mind you, this isn't a guy with 100 touchdowns and like 1 interception. We're talking about a dude with 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, nothing spectacular. Granted, he had a very few 3 and outs, but come on, man, $135 million for Jimmy G. I like Jimmy G. I think he's one of the most talented young quarterbacks there is.
We all agree.
Man, that's ridiculous. And if that's the price for Jimmy G, Kirk Cousin's gonna come out here 140. I want 140.
Are you saying
I'm not paying 140 for Kirk Cousins?
Wait a minute, sir. Are you saying $140 million for Kirk Cousins?
100. That's what they talking about, man. And this is what I'm trying to say. And this is the point I really want to make.
You're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
See? And that's a possible option.
You're talking about
We're going to get somebody 140.
You're not talking about.
Give it to A-Rod. Figure out how to get Aaron Rodgers. You're going to spend $140 million.
I would just like to say right off the bat, I'm signing on for that.
Yeah. If you're talking about spending $140 million, it's for Aaron Rodgers, and that's it, yo. That's it. No one else can get $140 million. And I'm going to tell you, all these options I think are better than us giving a whole bunch of money to Kirk Cousins. Even though, don't get it twisted, if we get Kirk Cousins, I will be making that You Like That song ASAP. And I'll be getting the jersey and all that.
I'm looking forward to
that. I'm riding with him if he's on our team. But before he's on our team, I'm playing devil's advocate and I'm playing fan. The fan that wants to tell you his opinion. That's who I am. You know what I'm saying?
You mean the leader of the fan base.
I would take Case Keenum.
I would take him.
Don't get it twisted. All my plans are contingent on drafting a young quarterback as well. You know what I'm saying?
But we need to try to win now.
That can win right now.
We need to put the rest of the money, save this money, put it into keeping this defense together. We need to try to win now. I've been telling you for a while. Just one more thing. I'm gonna let you finish the quarterback thing. I think it is a shame if with this defense that we had, we only won 1 Super Bowl, and I mean that.
That is the key word, though. There's only going to be, at the end of the day, there's only going to be 5 of those 11 starters still on this team.
It's amazing, man.
And we might even lose some of the depth guys. We might be looking at losing Shaq in favor of Shane Ray.
No,
I got to tell you, I'm a Shaq guy. Shane Ray's cool.
Shaq guy.
Shaq is better, yo. Period.
Shaq guy. Okay? Don't even ask.
I can't even fuck with Shane getting that fucking Chiefs tat after getting drafted by the Broncos. If you love the Chiefs that much, get that shit before you're a Bronco. After you're a Bronco, I don't fuck with you for that.
That's all we ask.
Yeah, I'm fucking with Shaq.
It's not even about the right or wrong of having a tattoo.
Shaq don't have a tat.
It's the timing of it.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
That's why you committed a crime, sir.
Yeah.
The timing of the act.
You started the dreads. You got rid of them.
How? All right, we're not. That's old news.
Yeah, but that shit bothered me too.
Who is going to be our quarterback? Who we going
for? All right, for me, these are the options that the Mad Fanatic will be cool with at quarterback. And you can say yes or no if you're cool with them too. These are the options I'd like to see the Broncos get. Long shot, Drew Brees. If they got Drew Brees, would you be happy if we got Drew Brees?
I think I'm going to be okay with Drew Brees.
Yeah, Drew Brees is definitely an option. Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not even going to answer that.
Give him whatever you want to give him. Right?
I would love that.
Case Keenum.
I think we just said I'm fine with Case Keenum.
Tyrod Taylor.
I would love Tyrod Taylor. I'm a guy who's big on Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, me too.
I see him extending the plays, not making mistakes, letting the defense do what they do. But he engineers drives. He knows how to get the ball in the end zone.
Tyrod Taylor,
I would take Tyrod also.
A.J. McCarron.
I mean, I don't like A.J. as much as you do, but I don't dislike him.
Yeah. He's way cheaper than Kirk.
It's not way cheaper. And let's, once again, put the rest of the money into keeping the defense together. Because let's not lose focus of what won us that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Let's not lose focus of what is the strength of this team.
Don't get it twisted, though. If we fuck around and got somebody like Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, I'm not drafting Baker Mayfield at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with Trev as the backup.
Well, Aaron's definitely got enough time left. I don't know if Drew does.
Yeah, Drew doesn't have a lot of time.
I hear you on that.
So yeah, let me change that. Aaron Rodgers, I'm keeping, and I'm not drafting a quarterback round 1.
No doubt about it.
You're right. Go get somebody, especially Drew Brees. If you get Drew Brees for 1 year, get Baker because he's little too, and there's a lot of things you can learn from him. But for me, it's so many quarterbacks. I wouldn't be mad at. I would be mad at Sam Bradford. That's one. I'm not getting a guy who can't stay healthy.
But that's the only reason.
That's the only reason.
He can play. This guy can play.
He can ball.
It's actually sad, man. He
stay healthy.
He gets hurt so easily. It's a shame.
Teddy Bridgewater. Now, granted, Teddy he's coming off an injury, a pretty major one.
He is.
But shit, he's going to be cheap as shit. And he showed a lot of promise.
He can play. He
showed a lot of promise. I wouldn't be mad at him.
I'm not hating.
There's even long shot guys, Kaepernick, RG3. There's guys I'd bring in to camp at least.
Why not?
Bring them in the mix. See how they look. You have nothing to lose. But I'm not giving Kirk Cousins $140 million when I've never seen him elevate the talent around him.
It is not the best move for our team.
Yo, I don't care how you spin it. Stat from Pro Football Focus from not this past season, but the season before this, because a lot of Broncos fans try to tell me he's consistently been top 5 for the last 4 years. In what? Yards?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Pro Football Focus shit had him 24th.
24th?
24th in the NFL. They had Jay Cutler higher than this dude. And I'm like, yo.
Not Jay Cutler.
Nah. I'm not giving $140 million to a dude who Jay Cutler's better than. In any fucking chart you can show me,
not Jay Cutler better than you for not Jay Cutler, million. Jay Cutler.
Not happening. So that's my take on the quarterback. I would love a number of dudes. I am not for giving Kirk Cousins $140 million. Although, like I said, if they do give Kirk Cousins $140 million, I will support it. Another thing I'm not for.
You're the real deal. You're the diehard.
I'm not for moving up to number 1 and get Josh Rosen. You guys are fucking crazy, man.
We don't.
That dude is not a clear-cut number 1 overall trade up to get him type of guy, and these rumors better be fucking false, yo.
And he's not going to be ready right off the bat. We trying to win a Super Bowl this year.
Right now.
Right now.
Top 5 defense in all 3 categories,
Top 5,
man.
Why are we going to break that up? Why are we going to start all over? I tell you, man. What jumped out at me this week was this Quincy Jones interview. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I have heard about it. It's kind of ridiculous. I actually wanted us to touch on some of the most outlandish,
we're going to take a couple snippets.
Eye-popping things this man had to say in this interview. First of all, the man's a legend. If you don't know who Quincy Jones is, take your hand and slap the shit out of him. First
really
of all,
hard.
This man is a legend. This is the guy who produced Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This is the guy who produced the Thriller album by Michael Jackson.
Off the Wall, Michael Jackson.
A legend in every sense of the word. But now this legend is an 85-year-old.
84. Let's not make him older than what he is.
Womanizing. See now, motherfucker.
We don't know. Let's cut to the chase.
But he said some crazy shit.
Let's cut to the chase.
Let's talk about the 3 most crazy things this man had to say in his interview.
First off, this 84-year-old man claims that he has 22 girlfriends right now, and they all know about each other. He's not just trying to hide. He is Quincy Jones. 84. They know about each other.
22 girlfriends.
What do you?
How much Viagra is this man taking a week?
Oh man,
he's got the fucking subscription.
You're getting crazy.
He got the membership package.
He obviously has medical attention at all times.
Absolutely.
What I want to know is though, man, do you think that's true?
That he has 22
girlfriends? Do you think that this man has 22 girlfriends?
Unfortunately, as a happily married monogamous man, I do think that he does have 22 girlfriends because we live in a world where people will bang an 84-year-old because he's somebody, because he's rich, because he's famous, because you know what I mean?
You're saying females will do that. You're saying that into the camera.
Will do that. I think there's probably some dudes that'll bang that guy too.
Wow.
Yeah, let's be real. There's probably some transgenders that'll bang
So you're
Quincy
saying,
Jones.
I don't know. I know one thing I used to say. Anybody who knows the show Flavor of Love, in my opinion, I didn't feel there could be a guy show where there's some, female. Listen, I like Flavor Flav.
Right. I like him too.
But I would say that his physical appearance is not spectacular. And when that show used to be on, and shows like that used to be on, I was like, there's no way they could do this because guys wouldn't do it, only women would.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. Maybe that's up for debate.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be chauvinist with it. We love all people on this show.
Especially women.
Especially women.
I have 2 daughters.
Everybody. I have a daughter.
A mother-in-law, a grandma.
So this was going south a little bit. I was trying to catch myself. We definitely don't want to be derogatory at all.
Yeah.
But it is fascinating that an 84-year-old man has 22 girlfriends.
It's ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Pimping.
You believe it. I believe it.
I do believe it.
So that's 2 on the first point we wanted to make. That's 2 that Mad, and myself are saying we think it's true. Now, the second point we wanted to make.
And it's kind of a segue to point. One of his past girlfriends. This one just was like, wait, what?
Wait a minute.
Wait, what?
Who?
Who was his girlfriend 12 years ago, man? Now, mind you, 12 years ago, he was 72 years old.
And this young female was 22.
Who was it?
I heard her name was Ivanka Trump or something. I don't know. Have you heard of her?
I have.
Wait a minute.
Is that
her last name?
Draft dodging Donald's daughter? Is that Nick Donald's daughter? Her last name? Is that toupee flapping in the wind? Daughter? Is that man's daughter?
Wow. Trump.
Draft dodging Donald's daughter.
22. Quincy 72. R&B in the background. What music was in the background?
I don't even want to do that.
Set down the lights.
I don't even want to do that.
Was there champagne? What were they drinking?
I don't know, man. But you know what was the most inappropriate thing about this interview? This man said, yeah, she was one of my girlfriends, and she had the best legs I've ever seen.
The best? Not the president's daughter.
If I am Donald Trump, and this is coming from a man with 2 daughters.
Wow.
If I'm Donald Trump, and I am in charge of the military, I got Secret Service connects, I got plugs with Russia, with Russian spies and shit.
What would you do?
I am bodying Quincy Jones, yo. Quincy Jones is getting murked in a way that looks like natural causes. ASAP, yo. He's 84. You know how easy that is to be like, yo, he's old, he died. You know what I'm saying? Put some shit in that motherfucker, drink.
Wow.
Something is happening to Quincy Jones. You can't be disrespecting my family and my daughter and talking about her legs and shit on a national interview. That was disrespectful, Quincy. You know that shit was disrespectful, unnecessary. Keep that shit to yourself.
Wow.
You ain't have to share that.
Now, like a lot of times, I have a slightly different take. I would like to say, you know, that's how it is sometimes.
That man is 50 years old.
I would like to say, Quincy Jones, salute to you, sir. And I really appreciate you making that part of the interview. It made my day. It made my week. It could make my year. I took a lot of enjoyment. So thank you once again, Quincy Jones.
Oh, my God.
Now, the one other thing from the interview.
There's 2 more.
There are 2 more?
Yeah.
All right, you go ahead. What are we talking about now?
The one you were the Beatles?
Quincy Jones said that the Beatles are trash?
Yo. For me, as someone who's such a respected musical legend, to throw that bomb out there, I've never heard anybody say the Beatles were
you are
talentless.
a musician. You know about
music. Called them talentless, like basically talentless fucks.
Said like he was there when they were like in buses playing the guitar. You know, where you really get to see somebody's without all the smoke and mirrors. And he basically said they weren't very good.
He said they was the Backstreet Boys.
No.
I said that.
This guy.
I respect. Listen, I'm not. I'm a little too young for the Beatles. I don't know too much about the Beatles. I heard yesterday. I heard a few songs. I thought they had talent. I thought their harmonies was good. I mean, but I didn't think they were this.
They're legendary.
Amazing.
They're legendary.
Ridiculous, like best thing since sliced bread. But at that time, maybe there wasn't that yet. Maybe they were like, you know what I'm saying, pioneers in some aspect.
Nah, they were pioneers.
I don't know enough about the Beatles to really speak on it, but I was really like, wow, he said they're talentless. Anybody old enough to watch that know anything about the Beatles, tell us in the comments. Were the Beatles the Backstreet Boys? Were they just the overrated boy band?
I just could not believe that this man,
or were they nice, man?
This man right here said the word Backstreet Boys in the same sentence as the Beatles. Now, I want to make sure
Backstreet Boys were big now.
Hold on.
I know like 8 of their songs.
Come on, man.
What?
First of all, just so everybody knows.
Sexual. They were fucking nice, man.
The Beatles are even before my time. Man. They're even before my time.
They had some
let me tell you, they were legendary,
So were the Backstreet Boys.
The Backstreet Boys?
They were fucking legends.
I think you're really...
They weren't legends.
Really. You are just
They were the best boy band. It's them, New Kids on the Block, or
I think
NSYNC.
you're going to regret saying Backstreet Boys.
All right.
That's just what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that they're dope. I'm just saying maybe they were their equivalent of the Backstreet Boys.
I've been known to place a wager from time to time, and I'm willing to bet that Backstreet Boys thing is not one of the best things you've said in your life.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, I'm not going to argue.
Let's keep it moving.
There's another thing he said. One more thing, and I don't want to go too deep on it because it's kind of.
I don't want to go into it at all because it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. That's a perfect word for it. It's kind of uncomfortable to talk about people's personal lives. But this man made a statement that has been backed up by one of the people in question's late wife, widow.
Yes, widow.
He says something outlandish about Marlon Brando, Richard Pryor,
and cocaine.
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 Talking about that cocaine being a powerful enough drug to make some motherfucking.
All right.
Yes, but yo, look it up.
The people
tell me what you think about that accusation. I was blown away by it, but
blown away. No pun intended.
No pun intended. Oh, that was clever.
How do we do that?
That was clever.
How do we do that?
What's the next top?
Uh-oh.
I think we're going to go up your alley, man. I think we're going to do a little bit of politics now.
I said, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Now, I got to tell you, man.
Where are we going? About to lose half our audience. Let's go.
I feel like I'm 6 years old again, man.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. I'm walking up to the deep end of the pool. The deep end. My feet don't touch the bottom. Ready to plug my nose. Remember plugging your nose?
I do.
Closing my eyes and jumping in. Because we've been trying to hint at you people for the last episode and a half now. We're halfway through episode 2.
Yep.
That we are going to talk about politics from time to time. But I would like to think that we're going to talk about politics and what is right.
Right and wrong.
I don't want it to always seem like we're on one side or the other, although we are definitely
on one side. We right.
But we are on the side that we want to say is just. Now, before I say this next few things we're about to talk about, I want to make one thing clear about this show. That this guy right here and this guy right here love this country.
Absolutely.
Not only do we love this country.
Love it enough to want it to be better. Be the best it could be.
Want it to be better. We respect this country. And the one thing that we respect more than anything is our military.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because this guy right here, his father is a Navy veteran. My father was an Army veteran. I myself happen to be a proud Army veteran.
Yep.
So you can say what you want. We'll read the comments and do it. But don't anybody, and I want to make this, I'm going to say this one time. Don't anybody ever say that we are not patriots.
Or what?
And we do not love
What's
America.
What's going to happen to him, Leave?
Or we don't love
Tell
this
them about
country.
the gun line, boss.
They will find out what the bottom line is, because that is not an argument you want to have with me. Okay? So, the next topic is, we're going to once in a while just say, you know what? That's not right.
Yeah.
This topic is called That's Not Right. Now, when talking about politics, a Mr. John Kelly, right? You know John Kelly is. He's actually the chief of staff.
Yeah.
I actually have a tremendous amount of respect for this guy. You know, he was a Marine general, and I salute his service and everything. Ooh, motherfucking rah. Okay?
Fuck with the Marines.
But this week, this guy...
I was going to be a Marine. I was this fucking close. I was a Marine cadet of America.
In continuing the point I tried to just make, okay? This guy said something this week about the Dreamers. Everybody, I'm sure, has heard about the Dreamers by now, and DACA, and these kids that were brought to this country. This is the only country they've ever known. They were brought here. They didn't sneak in. They didn't do anything illegal. They are Americans. 90% of them are productive Americans. Very educated, incredible people. Okay? Now, we all know that his boss, and the other thing we're going to just set a standard now is draft dodging Donald. That's what we call him on this show.
That's what we call him.
He's already set the precedent for his entire administration. They don't like immigrants. You know, they say all these bad things. And I don't even want to say these words on this show, because I know they're not true. But when this guy this week talking about DACA said
what'd he say?
There was 1,000,008. There's 1,000,008 people, 1,000,008, almost 2 million, that qualify for Draft Dodging Donald's program of becoming citizens, the Dreamers. That only 600 and something thousand of them filed for the paperwork, because half are scared, you know, because they don't want to. Maybe they're thinking they can keep flying under the radar. And I understand that. But he said that the other half was just lazy and didn't want to get off their ass. Now, let me tell you something. I happen to own a landscaping company. It's funny because you know what that landscaping company is called? It's called Veteran Landscaping. Because I want to say again, I am a veteran. My father was a veteran. His father was a veteran. Okay? Well, one thing I know that is just absurd is that these people are the hardest working people I've ever come into contact with. Okay? You're calling them these people? Lazy. I know, I shouldn't say these people. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the immigrants from South America, from Mexico.
The Dreamers.
Not just the Dreamers. And I'm not even, it doesn't end there. It comes from wherever you're from. But they are hard working. 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I got a 66-year-old who works for me, okay?
Yeah.
He could outwork an 18-year-old American boy.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. So I just want to say, John Kelly, that ain't right.
And
that is not right.
Have a slightly different take on this because I brought to Leaf's attention that what he said was, he said, these are some of these kids are kids that have come here when they were 3 years old. They've been here 35 years, et cetera, et cetera. I'm just saying, some of them motherfuckers is Americanized as shit. Some of those motherfuckers did not file the paperwork because they were lazy. These are facts.
We're not talking about their parents. We're talking about these kids that live in America.
I still ain't registered my car yet. Americans might be lazy sometimes. At the end of the day, maybe the ones that are so rooted in their culture of hard work, maybe they still hard working. But there's some Americanized motherfuckers in that group. Has America
softened?
Too long. They made them lazy.
You're saying that America is softened?
I'm saying if they lazy, what's his guy's name again? the fucking chief of staff, John Kelly. If they're lazy, John Kelly, which I agree, some of them are lazy. I agree. If they're lazy, it's because America made them lazy.
Oh man, you know what? I never thought of that argument. And I'm going to say, I got to be careful what I'm about to say, but I'm going to do it. My father-in-law is Japanese.
Right.
And I'm talking about Japanese, was there during the bombing, the whole thing. But he's been in America since he was a baby. And I'm talking about Japanese, when they fail and they're not successful, they take a samurai sword right to the stomach. But my father-in-law, he actually is a little bit different. The main trip that this guy makes, the main trip, I hope this goes over okay at my house. The main thing this guy does is leave the house around 10:45, 11 o'clock every morning, and that's to go to the beer distributor. So I think that my father-in-law, who I like tremendously, his name is actually Seishu. He might prove your point, but that wasn't my point. You make a point. You made a joke about it.
There's some Americanized immigrants that are lazy. Some of them are people that just didn't file the paperwork because they were lazy.
Hardworking people, and that's my take. I'm not going to change.
There's got to be people that don't even know that they don't watch TV like that to even know about this shit.
But say that they're lazy, like that's just like saying, come on now.
It feeds into the
I'm not going to figure. I was going to make a joke about something. I'm not feeding. That's the point. Let's stop feeding into these stereotypes and stop. We see what this administration is trying to do. So now we're going to make one more point about politics, okay?
One more.
And this is the same thing along the line. This is actually about draft dodging Donald himself. Did you hear this week that this guy wants to have a full military parade down Washington Avenue?
I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
Do you realize how asinine this is?
I do.
First of all, they say he got the idea when he was in France last year. They had some special parade to kind of honor. It was something to do with World War II, I believe. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this.
Right.
But, this guy was won over by that. Now, there are two words that don't go together.
Ever.
France and military. So it just shows you another thing about Donald Trump. What was he thinking? I mean, he is acting like a 12-year-old boy.
Trying to play with his toy G.I. Joe.
Trying to play with his G.I. Joe. He wants to line everybody up.
Ruin the streets with 5-ton vehicles.
He wants to line up all the tanks and howitzers and all the units, and he wants to show that he doesn't love the military. He doesn't love this country. You know who he loves? Draft dodging Donald. That's who he loves. Yeah, and I said it, and I'm not saying it because it's my opinion. It's because it's fact, okay? Do you know how much money it's going to take to bring all these tanks here? To railroad all these howitzers here? To get all these missiles? I mean, millions. The last time I checked, whenever I see a military march, it's in a dictatorship country.
Yeah.
We don't have these in America.
Yeah, I'm going to be real. When you told me about this thing, because I don't even watch CNN, none of this shit. It's all ridiculous to me. I try to keep my head clear of all of it. But when he told me about this idea of having this parade with tanks and shit, I'm like, yo, that shit made me uncomfortable. If I lived in D.C., I wouldn't want to see tanks driving down my street. I wouldn't even want to start thinking, is America changing? I like to think that our wars happen elsewhere. They don't happen at the crib. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep that shit like that. I don't want to see tanks driving down the street. I have no interest in that at all.
In summation, what really bothers me about it is this is a guy. They're going to have this parade for him. That's really what this is going to be about.
Right.
He's going to tout all the things he's done like he's always done.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a guy.
All-time low. Unemployment rates for black people and women.
I made mention about your father. I made mention about my father, about myself. This is a guy who never put the uniform on once. And not only has he not ever put on the uniform, when he was called to serve upon from this great country, he not only had 1, but 2, but 3, but 4. This guy got 5 deferments to avoid serving his country. Once again, this is not opinion. This is fact. This is not about one side or the other. It's about right. And in closing, I don't think draft dodging Donald's parade is a good idea, and I just don't believe in it, and I don't think that's right. It just ain't right.
I don't agree. I agree.
That's it.
I don't want to see the parade either.
Before we lose all of our listeners, we're gonna get off politics. We're gonna get on another subject, but this is just real life stuff that just every once in a while we're gonna talk about something that really bothers me about just everyday life and people in general. And we're gonna get it started off. I know you know. I have a feeling you know what I mean. And we're gonna start off right away. What is it with these birthday people? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Now the reason I have to bring this up, and it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad because it has to do with my mom. You know, she shot me a text. They start fishing, these birthday people, don't they? They send the hook out 2-3 weeks, even maybe a month ahead of time. She sent the hook out. What are you doing in 2 weeks? And I'm like, why is she asking me about 2 weeks away? I don't know what I'm doing in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm thinking, now this week, she texts me again. What are you doing Saturday the 10th? Then it starts hitting me. That's her birthday. And like all these birthday people, here it comes. You know the type of person that notifies the whole world maybe a month ahead of time, a week ahead of time. Oh, it's my birthday month. It's my birthday week. So she proceeds to tell me. They don't just tell you when their birthday is. A lot of times they tell you like what you're going to do for them on their birthday. She starts to tell me, and I wish this wasn't true, that apparently I'm going to Costco tomorrow. They open at 10. She wants to get an early start at 9 so we beat the mob. And there is a mob, I heard, on Saturdays at Costco.
Not a bad approach.
Is there a mob at Costco on Saturday morning?
There is. I've heard there's mobs.
She has her birthday present all picked out. It's this big screen TV. I don't even know if it's going to fit in my car, you know? Yeah. But she's one of these birthday people.
How big is it?
She can't help it. I think she told me 55 inches.
That's what's up. I respect it.
Sounds pretty big.
Yeah.
All right. So I got to pick this thing up with her. I got to bring it back, hook it up. You know I'm not very mechanical. I'm not very technological. I am not savvy, sir. I am not savvy. It's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
So now I already have a visual for how my Saturday's going to go tomorrow.
You got a wall mounted too?
Listen, she already knows Walmart is out of the question. This fucking thing better have a stand on the bottom. Okay? But my point is really these birthday people. Do you know what I mean, man?
I do, man. I do. I actually saw somebody today. I'm not going to throw them under the bus. I saw somebody today announce their birthday.
You're not going to give up that person's name?
I ain't going to do it, man. I don't want to throw them under the bus. But, yeah, some people, man, they take the birthdays too far. They announce their own birthday before you even get a chance to see it was their birthday.
Don't do that.
They act like we care. We don't. I'm going to be honest. For me, birthdays is like you just got older.
And it's getting worse.
It's nothing to celebrate. After 25, stop celebrating birthdays, man. You just celebrating getting closer and closer to death.
Social media has not helped.
Yo, you know what's even worse than the birthday people is the Christmas card people, man.
Man, it's funny
2018.
We didn't
What's
get
up
a
with
chance
these
to talk
Christmas
about
cards,
this because we started a little bit after Christmas. But, man, remember that conversation we had about these Christmas card people? What is wrong with these people, man?
I don't know.
They still send it via mail, too. They put stamps on these pictures of these kids that we see
Every
11 times a week on Instagram.
We don't need to see the picture of you guys in your matching Gap outfits or your Old Navy outfits.
Gap outfits.
In the fall.
We just saw a little in a pile of leaves.
Yo.
What is it with it's
with
so funny because I think I see a pattern forming. These birthday people are the Christmas card people, and for some reason, their favorite picture-taking season is autumn. It's the fall,
especially New England. Maybe it's New England thing.
Hey, I'm on.
Yo, I got one. I got one in the mail. It was a magnet, yo.
It wasn't a magnet.
You think I'm putting this shit on my fridge?
That's just being rude.
I'm not putting
this guy doesn't want it all year. He's gonna show you kids respect. It stays up for December.
It's not happening.
Hey. We love the kids at this show.
We love the kids. Don't get it twisted. We love kids.
Marty Marr love kids.
But I'm not putting them on my fridge. Stop sending Christmas cards in 2018, man. And as far as the birthday people, the only reason why I even know it's your birthday is because Facebook gives me the alert. And I hate that shit. I hate even having to fucking wish 14 people a happy birthday every day. It's ridiculous, man.
You have helped these evil birthday people. They're not evil, man.
They're not
evil. It just bugs the shit
They
out
love
of
their
me.
day.
I think it shows a type of selfishness, though.
A little bit, man.
Like they're deserving. Did they miss out as children and not have birthday parties?
The birthday weekend or the birthday week. That shit is
or the birthday
one day.
month.
At 12:01, that shit is over, yo. Your birthday has sailed.
I have that ship has sailed, good sir and good ma'am. It has sailed.
They should be added to your punch in the face list.
Oh man,
who's on your punch in the face list?
Speaking of that, man, you know what? I gotta say off the bat, I'm feeling good about my punch in the face list.
Yeah,
and I'm actually feeling like I have superpowers I never knew I had.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. You're laughing. You're laughing. Let's review of who my tied for 3 on top of my punch in the face list was. Number 1, Tom Brady. Okay. How'd that work out for him? Once again, I'm gonna bring up
punched in the face by life.
The shiny green
Nick Foles.
That Nick Foles again, sir. Okay, Nick Foles punched you in the face, man, and that's why that green and shiny silver confetti came raining down on your ass. Yes, just like that. Very nice. Spirit fingers. Is it
Spirit fingers? It is. From Bring It On.
Right on Tom Brady's ass. I loved it. Number 2, Rob Gronkowski. Did his house get burglarized during the Super Bowl?
Crazy.
Did I maybe have? Was it mine?
It might have been.
Was it my punch in the face that robbed this guy's house? Unbelievable.
He handled it like a G, though.
Man, every time I put Rob Gronkowski down, you got to pick him up. I did hear the 911 call. Like, it was kind of gangster. This Rob Gronkowski, you already know where I live. You already know what it is. They robbed me. You know what I mean?
I ain't going to be there.
Send a car over. I'll be at the bar.
You can come by tomorrow. I don't care.
All right, so you did the same thing to me you did last time. Congratulations.
Fuck with Gronk, man. You know you fuck with Gronk.
I mean,
Gronk is cool, man. He's a doofus, but he's cool.
He's pretty. He's all right. But my power.
Yeah, the power.
I tell you what, he ain't got no big screen TV. Speaking of my mom, Rob Gronkowski don't have no big screen TV.
He ain't got no big TV
because he got
the first thing they took
when he was in the top.
He got one of them LED joints too.
Because when he was in the top of Leafs punch in the face list, he got.
Yeah, he got.
Did he not?
Who was the third?
So third and last but not least, here it is again from my man.
Pencil.
We put the number 2 pencil in. I don't know if this fucking guy is always waiting for a what are those type of tests we used to take back in the day when you had to have
those standardized joints with the
what is that
where you bubble in the circles?
A Scantron.
Yeah.
What is this guy like walking around waiting for Bill Belichick to give him a Scantron? I don't know, but let's look at what happened. Let's review and look how his game went. Let's review and look at how his game went.
Terrible. He embarrassed himself.
He has the Detroit Lions like starting to say, "Oh man,
did we make the wrong?
Maybe this guy is not the defensive genius that we thought he was."
Yeah,
they
were marching on him. Eagles were flying,
marching on him.
Eagles
Swiss
fly.
cheese defense. Yeah, man. So, in picking this week's, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that my punch in the face list could be powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do though, keep it simple. I'm gonna just keep a repeat offender, the grand champion. Fuck Tom Brady. But I'm going to explain to you why he's on the top of the punch in the face list this week. Right off, man. Did you see how this guy dressed and walked into the building? for the Super Bowl on international, worldwide TV.
Looking like a soccer mom.
A soccer
Swagless goggles. Holla at my boy for the stunner shades. Brian Dykstra got you, man. Don't ever wear them shades again.
Don't ever wear them
Especially
fucking
indoors.
shades, them women's sunglasses,
Ridiculous.
Man. So, but I had to do research.
What was he wearing? Talk about the outfit,
We
man.
do research on this show once in a while, and I was informed that Tom's outfit consisted of a double-breasted peacoat.
Double-breasted?
Double-breasted peacoat.
I don't even know what that means, but I'm uncomfortable.
With a ribbed turtleneck. A ribbed turtleneck? I didn't know. All I know is Key Sweat turtlenecks. I used to be a big turtleneck guy.
Yeah, were you?
Oh, man, let me tell you.
Was this the
Silver
early
chain.
90s?
This was the early 90s, sir.
Remember when The Rock posted that picture
this was Belle Biv DeVoe. Now you know. Do you know about that?
With the fanny pack
Please,
and everything?
man, be careful.
Did you have a fanny pack?
We might start. Man, I had a lot of fanny packs. We might start really bringing up some pictures in here. But my point is, when he wore that peacoat and that ribbed turtleneck, he was already.
He looked ridiculous.
He was already the returning champion. But where he kept going and saying, you know what, I don't want Leaf to ever take me off. I don't want to take me off this week. It was the wearing sunglasses inside. Don't do that, man. And you know what he did then? He was classless. He did not shake. What's your guy's name?
Big Dick Nick.
He did not shake Nick.
I didn't give him a name. I'm just saying that's what it is. That's what they call him.
We're not giving guys names like that. It's what happened. And then that incredible fan got the tattoo. Okay? But the point is, he was very disrespectful. He's a poor loser. They try to make him be Captain America. He's not.
Come on, man.
He couldn't even take it.
No
we can't just say maybe
he's deflating footballs.
Maybe
he's not shaking hands.
What about maybe he forgot?
If Cam Newton didn't shake Peyton Manning's hand after that Super Bowl,
do I smell a double standard here?
Come on, man.
This
dude, Tom Brady gets to yell at coaches,
he gets a pass.
Yell at teammates, yell at coordinators, cuss everybody out, wear ridiculous shit to press conference.
Ridiculous.
Wear the fucking sunglasses indoors. Uggs. And then he don't got to shake the hand of the opponent that beat him fair and square. That shit was fair and square. Nick Foles outplayed that man. Shake his hand and say, yo, you nice, man. Give him his love, man. Show some class, Tom Brady.
How does this guy cope with losing and defeat and life punching him in the face? I mean, you know how we do. we partake in a few or a lot of alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
And we'll get ourselves to where that's a wrap.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the worst for me after the Tim Tebow year, when Tom Brady dropped 5 touchdowns in the first half, I had bet $100 the Broncos win the Super Bowl when we were 0-4 at 300-1 odds. I thought I was going to win $30,000.
Damn.
And the Broncos just got blown out. I was at a party, and I remember up to halftime. And then after that, I don't remember anything, and I just woke up face down on my couch like, holy shit.
Down. I tell you, in hearing your story, man, this is like manifest destiny that we ended up doing this show together.
Yeah.
Because I remember that dark night very well, and it was a dark night.
Speaking of Dark Knight, that's my favorite movie ever, but keep going.
Okay. I was at a public establishment, you know.
Yeah.
I paid for my drinks. I feel I behave well.
Yeah.
But that night
How much were your drinks?
I was having quite a few drinks. Things didn't go well. I might have said a few words to the band at halftime because the lead singer made a comment about this game being over. I let him know that I did not feel the game was over.
I thought it was over.
And I was still believing because
that's one of the few games I knew was over.
I was still believing because, hey, only Bronco fans know. But Timothy,
he was special.
Timothy was special.
I
got to be careful. Hold on. Timothy was very special.
He was, man.
Shout out to fucking Tim Tebow. Anyways,
shout out to Tebowing.
2 quarters later, the game was almost over, and I happened to get cut. I got cut off from the bartender.
That never happened to me.
It happened to me that night, and it was bad. The point is, it was a bad night.
Yeah.
And a horrible game, and that we drink ourselves when we're sad.
Yeah.
What does Tom Brady do? You ever really thought about it? Like what Tom does when he gets home that night? What he says to Giselle? What does Tom eat for comfort food? What does Tom drink to deal with his
I don't think he
self-pity.
drinks alcohol at all.
Well, we already know he drinks
37 bottles of water a day.
We talked about that last week.
I'm thinking he probably is like, yo, let me get 2 scoops of avocado ice cream with mint chocolate chips and that shit.
Yes, he gets 2 scoops.
He gets an extra scoop
of that fucking avocado ice cream that I touched on last week. He does, but I happen to think that he also asked for a beverage.
What kind of beverage?
I think he tells her, you know what, Giselle? It's tough tonight. Those Eagles.
Tough night.
Those Eagles really stomped my ass.
Strip sack at the end.
At the end, me of on the ground. Miller with the cam. Flashback. Woo. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead and give me a triple shot of organic caramel.
Wait, what?
Inside of my all-organic Mocha Chate Latte.
Mocha Chate Latte.
I think that's what it's called.
I think so.
And then, you know what he does for breakfast? I already know what he did for breakfast Monday morning. He said, Giselle, I want the biggest omelet you've ever made in your life, and keep the fucking yolks in. Keep the yolks in. He said, keep the yolks in. And he said, she said, baby, and I want you to wash it down with something very special. I'm going to put extra kale in your Pacific Ocean seaweed smoothie this morning. Because you know what? Apparently, this guy only eats seaweed from the Pacific Ocean.
Where do you be finding this shit out, man?
I'm telling you, man, like I told you last week.
What do you be Googling, yo? Where are you be, who do you follow?
Hey, I could exaggerate from time to time.
Kale?
Pacific, that's his preference.
Oh, my.
Pacific Ocean
Pacific
kale.
Ocean seaweed.
Pacific Ocean seaweed.
That's ridiculous.
It had extra kale.
What's it like? Why is that better than
extra
Atlantic
kale?
Ocean?
I don't know. I don't know about organics like Tom does. But I think we touched upon and got to say what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
That's what this freak does for comfort. Let's keep it going.
Why, man?
Why are you mad, sir?
I'm going to tell you what I'm mad about. I touched on it earlier in the show. Aside from this one thing I'm about to tell you, I've been having a great week. Tom Brady lost in the Super Bowl.
What a week.
Reminded the world that he's not the GOAT. Missed 100 passes. Dropped the catch. You know what I mean? Like, that's God.
You were so close.
Just giving us a drop pass.
That was the universe.
From Tom Brady. That was amazing, man. That was literally, it was almost right there with the helicopter moment for me.
Good is back on top, baby.
Giddy like a little 12-year-old girl at a Backstreet Boys concert. You know what I'm saying? Back
Another
in the day,
Backstreet Boys reference.
They was popping. And my sexual. They was lit, yo. I used to fuck with the Backstreet Boys.
Wow.
Not like that, but they had some joints, man. But anyway, I was having a great week because of this, right? But then my week took a turn for the worst. Technology started fucking with me. First of all,
I hate technology.
You might have noticed the last episode of Mad Talk, the first episode. It had this part around 26 minutes where, like, the audio was just off and it was just playing. It was crazy. I had to take the video down. I thought it was just going to be a quick re-upload. I could fix it and re-upload it. It did not work. I tried to re-upload it on my boy's computer because my computer's on the fritz right now. It's at the Apple. It was at the Apple store. And so I was using my boy's computer. It wouldn't upload. I used somebody else's computer. Wouldn't upload. I re-edited this thing like 3-4 times. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, what is happening?
Frustrating.
With technology's not rocking with me, yo. So,
and you're a technology guy.
And I'm a technology dude. So the technology is just pissing me off all week. And I'm like, why is nothing working? My phone keeps shutting off all the time. I'm just getting aggravated with technology. And then the craziest shit. So, yo, that's why I'm mad. But I'm going to segue to the apology. It's me admitting that I was wrong about something. Because this is the craziest thing ever. People that know me know I am the opposite of Team Apple, Team iPhone. Like, these people that be Team iPhone, I've never had an iPhone.
I've heard it one too many times.
I'm always bashing Apple. I'm always talking about how their company's decisions make me believe that all they care about is money. They take the damn CD-ROM drive out the computer just because they want people to not be able to share software. I have all these conspiracies. They take the headphone port out of the phone, even though they just sold you a headphone with a wire, so you have to buy the wireless ones. And I hate Apple. And I'm like the most I hate Apple and everything about them person on the planet, right? And then the craziest shit happens to me. I do have an Apple computer, which is kind of weird for someone who hates Apple so much. But
I'm surprised.
They're good for editing and they're good for like entertainment stuff, which I do a lot of. So anyway, my computer's on the fritz. It's old. It's 2011. It's old as shit. But it was expensive when I got it. And I'm like, yo, I should be able to buy one computer for my whole life, and it should last me forever. That's how I feel. As expensive as that computer was, I'm like, yo, it should last forever. You know what I'm saying?
It's Apple.
That's what I'm thinking, right? So my computer's having all sorts of issues. I bring it to the Apple store. They're like, yo, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to fixing things. We're gonna start with the cheaper stuff first, and if it's not this, then we'll try something else, this, that, and the third. So they try. The first thing they try is the power supply. They're like, oh, we're gonna switch the power supply. It's $90, and if it doesn't fix the problem, no charge. We'll move on to the next thing till we find what fixes the problem. So they fix the power supply. It's not the problem. There's nothing wrong with the power supply in the first place. They're like, you know what? All signs are really pointing to the logic board. Now, this is a big jump. The logic board is $590.
That damn logic board.
Yeah, the logic board is $590. They're like, yo, we're going to fix your logic board. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to spend $590 fixing this shit. But it's still way less than it would be to buy this new computer because this is a souped-up beast of a computer. It's a $2,500 computer. And they're like, we're going to fix the logic board. And if it doesn't fix the problem, we'll try something else. You know what I mean? And no charge for the logic board. So I'm like, all right, go ahead, fuck it. They fixed the logic board. No, they couldn't fix the logic board. I get a call from Apple the other day. They're like, listen, we couldn't fix your logic board. So instead of just continuing to try shit, what we're going to do is we're going to give you the 2017 brand new out-the-box version of your souped-up computer. So I'm like,
wow.
Wait, for the same price it would have been to fix the logic board. So I'm like, this don't fucking sound right at all. I said, this shit going to have a 3.4 gigahertz quad-core processor.
Whatever that is.
This is going to be a beast like my shit was. They're like, yo, it's going to have all the same specs. It's going to be a beast, blah, blah, blah. It's the model that starts at $1799, but with the 3.4, it's a $2,500 computer. We're going to give it to you for $590. So yesterday I go get this computer, and I'm just like, I'm fucking like weirded out. Like, I don't even know how to feel about Apple no more. I'm like, Apple just did me like a $1,900 favor.
Is this a dream?
And I'm like, yo, should I fucking get an iPhone now?
Whoa.
Because now I'm like, yo, I might have been wrong about Apple this whole time. Google ain't never give me no $1,900 favor.
The Mad Fanatic with an iPhone?
So I want to say this. I'm not at the point where I'm ready to get an iPhone yet. But I am certainly at the point where I can admit I was wrong.
Are you
I want to apologize with Apple. Not everything they do is purely for money. For some weird-ass reason, they decided to give me a computer for $590 that they know costs $2,500. So shout out to them, man.
All right.
So that's about it. That's all we got this week, man. We appreciate you tuning in.
We sure do.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow my boy One and Only Leaf on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram as well at themadfanatic. And
we appreciate you.
We appreciate you watching and listening to our bullshit. And if we lost you a little bit on the politics, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Keep tuning in. Enjoy your week. Appreciate the blessings, man.
Appreciate the blessings and smile.
Smile.